Hi, and welcome back. We have a very, very, very special treat for you today. We are still doing Christmas in October, and we're going to do the final installment of our Corpse Reviver cocktail. Now, I know I said that there were going to be the third, that I was going to do that, but then I ended up looking at the recipe, and while I was super pumped about the Fernet, it also called for white creme de menthe, and I don't even have green creme de menthe here. And as much as I wanted to try it, I have way too many orphan bottles of dubious quality to go ahead and go out and buy a new one. If I do see it in a bar, I will probably buy it and try it and maybe come back at some point and tell you what it's like. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to go ahead and just finish off with this one for the Corpse Revivers. And I also don't want you guys to get too disappointed, because I do intend to keep with some of the extended class a little bit more. Leading up over the next week until we get to Caliente. That way, everybody going out to Caliente, where I'll see you out there, we'll all have something to get us through Saturday, possibly Sunday morning, Friday morning, and all that stuff. So I don't want to leave you hanging too much. We're going to do that. Just a quick recap. The Corpse Reviver from 1860 was surprisingly delicious. I can definitely drink an entire wine glass of that if my wife isn't watching. The Corpse Reviver number 1 was rather disappointing. It was kind of like a weird tasting Manhattan. Wasn't the worst thing in the world, but also something I wouldn't order again. I'd probably just go ahead and get a Manhattan. Today we're going to do the Corpse Reviver number 2. We're going to deviate from the brandy, and our base liquor is actually going to be gin. And after looking at the recipe of this, I've got to tell you, I'm kind of excited about this one. Okay, so we're going to start off with 3/4 ounce of gin. This is my 3/4 ounce. No. It helps if you know your jiggers. I have the hardest time with these. I never know how much is in a side, so I actually had to get one with the measuring inside. Makes it so much easier. I don't know why I can't get that stuff straight. Next, you're going to want to use a orange liqueur. Orange Curacao will work. I've seen a couple recipes saying that. Others say to use like the Grand Marnier. You do you. But I'm going to go on the cheap side. Three-quarters ounce of that. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of lemon juice. This is fresh squoze and actually fresh picked from my tree. I don't know why it is my lemon tree, my citrus tree, just decides to kind of start all going ripe about this time. So I get lemon juice all winter long, which is obviously the perfect time for a lemonade or a lemon-based cocktail, right? Okay, so 3/4 ounces of that. We're going to do 3/4 ounces of this. So the original recipe calls for like Kino. It's basically a aperitif that doesn't exist anymore, and so modern day recipes may suggest like a Lillet Blanc, or this, which is I believe it's pronounced Coqui Americano, but it looks like Cucci Americano. So either way, they recommend this. They say it has the closest taste to the original. Once again, 3/4 ounces of that. And this is brand new. I just opened it. Now, I know I said I didn't want to buy the creme de menthe because I have too many orphan bottles and I go and buy this. But, I've been wanting to try this for a while. That is delicious. I don't know why I've never had it before. And I also have some recipes coming up. I have some ideas coming up where we're going to bring this back in again. So I'm excited about that. And then we're going to finally finish off with a little bit of absinthe. Now the recipe says like a drop or two. And wow. I guess this is why you always open your stuff before you start, huh? There we go. Nope. Okay. So a drop or two before you start, or a drop or two. You can possibly rinse your glass, which is where you'll just pour a little bit in, swirl it around and dump it, and then you can just shake on top. I'm going to go ahead and add this what I recommend is when it asks for like a drop or a dash, you don't try and just eyeball this unless you really like what you're going to be dashing. Because oftentimes we'll just go a little bit crazy and I'll just pour it all out. I'll just use the cap here a little bit, eyeball it. Whoop, I got about a drop. And that way it controls it a little bit. And go ahead and give this a good shake. Ooh. I will recommend that if you want, you can go ahead and go back over the old videos, see the other Corpse Revivers a little bit more. And I do recommend you go to the YouTube to see the What I Got Wrong videos. Generally, I'll go into a little bit more depth about how they taste, kind of give you an idea, and then kind of just go over some of the points I missed and some of, if I did miss anything. But I think this is going to be another perfect video, because aren't they all? Cheers.